Hello, this is Daniel from soundheadquarters.com. In today's video, we are building acoustic panels and transforming this vocal booth from this to this. I'm going to show you step by step the whole process of preparing the lumber, the acoustic insulation, and upholstering these panels and installing them. So we're starting off with 5/8 plywood, and we're going to rip this plywood down into strips. We're going to cut them into 2 3/4 inch strips, and those strips is what we're going to use to build our acoustic panel frames. So we're setting up the table saw here at 2 3/4 inches, and we can get ready to do all of our rip cuts. So it's important that we cut these as straight as we can, making sure that we're hugging the fence as much as possible, and nice, straight, consistent cuts, because the edges of these cuts is what's going to make up the front face of the panel frame that we wrap the fabric around. So we want to make sure that these are totally straight, so that our final product looks professional, as you can see behind us. So there's our strips all done, and now we can cut them down to size. So we're going to be cutting these actually 1/16 of an inch short of 2 feet, and that way the acoustic panel really hugs the insulation. The insulation will fit very snugly inside the acoustic panel and won't bulge out into the fabric. So we're using a stop block there to make sure all of our cuts are consistent with each other, so every single panel is the exact same dimension. Now we're going to be cutting the cleats. So I cut these at 18 inches long, and the cleats are going to be made built one side into the back of the panel, and then one side gets screwed into the wall, and then that is how we install the panels. So you'll see that process later on in the video. So we're getting those prepped as well. And now we can prep the cleats. So you see I put the table saw on the 45-degree angle there, and now we're down to about 2 1/8. So what we're doing is we're just shaving off a corner section of that 2 3/4 inch strip of wood. And we're going to do this for all of those 18-inch cleats. Those are the ones that are going to screw into the wall. And then we're going to do it with the 2-foot segments, and that's what's going to go on the back of your panel. You'll see this in a second here. So now we're going to be putting together the top and bottom sections of the acoustic panel. So I put that 45-degree section down there, and then I can glue up and brad nail just like that. So we want one piece that has that 45-degree cut, and then we want one piece that just has the straight cut. That's going to be the bottom of the panel. The piece with the 45-degree cut is going to be the top of the panel, and that is what's going to sit inside of the cleat that gets screwed into the wall. So we're getting all of our prep done to build all these panel frames, and once we have our tops and bottoms all glued and nailed together, now we can get ready to actually assemble the panels. So we're just using a countersink bit to pre-drill all of our holes, and just some standard construction screws screwed all together. So I'm just adding some glue, standing them up on their sides, brad nailing them together, and marking out the center points. For this, I did every 2 feet. I added a center brace here, and this is going to add rigidity to the panel frame, and it's also going to give a spot for where the insulation breaks, where you have to cut the new piece of insulation to sit, so that it has something hard to back up against. So as we get these sections glued, just make sure all of our spacing is equal, and then we just countersink and screw into each wood location. And it's as simple as that, putting together the panel frame. So build as many as you need. For this client, I believe we did 7. Yeah, so we're just getting these put together. And as soon as all these frames are put together, then we're ready for our backing fabric and then the acoustic insulation. So just gonna give a quick sand. Nothing crazy, but this is just to get rid of any kind of saw marks or anything that might rub up against the fabric and poke through. So just a quick sand all around the panel frame. Once that's done, then we're ready for the fabric. So this is just yard fabric that you would use like in a garden. What's great about this is it's very economical and it's breathable. So using it for the liner fabric is awesome use case for this. So just cutting off the excess there, making sure it's all stapled in. And I want to make sure I'm stapling about 2 inches down so that there's room for our acoustic insulation to fit in. So now that the liner fabric is in, we can put in this acoustic insulation. So this is Owens Corning 703. It's a rigid fiberglass acoustic insulation. And you can just cut it with an X-Acto knife and a straight edge there, as you can see, and get that placed right inside the panel frame. And there we go. That's our insulated panel frame, and that's ready for upholstery now. So now we're ready for upholstery. So we're rolling out our front fabric. This client wanted to use a black canvas, so we rolled that out, and then we also rolled out that same liner fabric, that yard fabric. So we're putting the yard fabric on first, and this is going to act as just a liner to keep the insulation in, and it also gives a fully opaque background for the final fabric. So we're going to cut all of those corners off right now and give us a nice flat panel to wrap the final fabric around. So for the final fabric, I'm wrapping that one corner and the opposite corner with some slight tension. Now I can apply tension on the opposite side of the panel and on the opposite far side, get all those corners in, and then I like to staple one long side first, just keeping the fabric in a consistent straight line, and then I can tension against that side of the panel when I staple this long side. And that makes sure that all of the fabric lies nice and flat. Then I can get the corner sections, and I'll show you a close-up here of how I do these corner sections. So I like to fold it over almost like you're gift wrapping, get those stapled in place, and then now you can cut off all of the excess fabric, and this is going to make the corners just sit nice and flat and just have like a really nice professional tucked look. So now when we fold that edge over, and there's not as much bulk behind the fabric, so it lays nice and flat against the panel frame. So we're just doing that on all four corners, and then when we staple the short sides, we're applying tension as well. Cutting off all the excess, and that's a finished acoustic panel. There we go. So once we have all these ready, then we can take them on site and do the install. So once again, just liner fabric, final fabric, corner folds, cut off all the excess, and you're good to go. Here's the client's vocal booth. Really cool, kind of loft industrial style space. And this room is going to be the vocal booth, and the outside is going to be the control room and the lounge. So first order of business was getting some panels up in the booth so he can at least start recording in here as soon as possible. But the challenge we're faced with is these brick walls that are very uneven, and also brick as well. So now we have to use, I used Tapcons, so we have to use concrete anchors. And since the wall is so uneven, we have to space that cleat away from the wall. So I just cut extra 18-inch strip of 5/8 ply and just added that as a backer to my cleat. And then that way, the unevenness of the brick wall, it's not affecting the panel laying flat. So now we got the first two in, and we can get the rest of this long wall here. And I'm doing it the old school way. I didn't have my laser with me today, so doing it the old school way with the level, and just measuring everything out by hand, making sure that I cross-reference the existing cleat that I put on that front wall there. That way all of the panels are in the exact same line with each other. And there you can see all of the panels hung up on the brick wall, and it was really great that we did these at a 6-foot height with these super tall ceilings. I feel like that was important to get good coverage inside this vocal booth. And now for the very last panel, we're putting it horizontally underneath that large window. So here we're using metal cleats, and the process is the same. We just have to measure how far the lower part of the metal cleat, where we need to mount it on the wall, and then the panel just sits right on top of those cleats, just like the wooden ones. And there is the finished product. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please subscribe for more studio building content. This has been Daniel from soundheadquarters.com. Peace out.